Welcome back to 4 Geeks by Geeks, the place where geeks come to geek out. As always, I'm Boser.
I'm T.
And this is your Monday night geek out sesh on a Labor Day. In our new studio, if you didn't tune in last week, you missed it. Our unveiling of our brand new studio space. Right now, it looks like we're just in a storage space with a weird green screen.
Because we are.
You know what you make do. But I think we need to clarify, because even our guest tonight, this is a corner of a wall back here.
Hold on.
There it is. Find your finger.
To be fair, I went this way and my hand went this way somehow, so.
I think
Do you ever
it's
feel
mirrored.
like your skeleton doesn't feel comfortable in your body?
Not one day in my life.
That's where I'm at right now. It's not great.
Nope, can't say that's
I feel like I'm in the wrong flesh mech, and I don't.
You don't have access code to this mech. It's rebooting.
If this is what Titans felt like, no wonder they were so fucking angry.
I know. Poor guy's being attacked all the time. But thanks for tuning in on Labor Day at an earlier time. It's all because of our very special guest tonight. And that's the cool thing about our show is we're flexible. You know, as long as it fits within our schedule.
Correct.
We're very flexible. But I hope you guys had a great week, a great Labor Day. Shout out in the chat what you guys have been doing this Labor Day. And also, while you're there, answer the QOTD, which we're going to tell you with our mouths because none of our commands are working tonight. So the question of the day is, because what we're talking about are cons, and one specifically is, what is one thing you would change about a con? Whether it be a Comic-Con, gaming con, furry con, T's favorite. Which we learned last week why that's such a trigger.
Ricky Bobby.
Yeah. Do you want to share with the chat why furry cons really strike a chord with you?
Nope, because you can tune in on YouTube and find out yourself. Give us the views, please.
It's because he loves Nala. Anyway.
Context. Come on. Don't do that.
Nope, that's it. That's all the context you need. T, how was your week?
It's Monday.
Yeah.
Since
we were
last
here a week
Monday,
ago. Yeah.
I've worked, so yes. How about you?
I went to Renaissance Fair this weekend.
I love when you cheat on me. It feels great.
Yeah, I was slutting it up with all the...
He even asked me to come. That is the crazy part.
I did! We talked about it for months. You bed to bail, which I respected, but I'm still going to go.
Don't lie to them. You did not respect it.
I'm still going to go.
You said, hey, abandon all responsibilities and come hang out.
And you said, no.
There's more words, but yeah, that was the quintessential.
That's on you. That's on you. But I don't know where all of you are at in the world, but my favorite is like 3 hours away from here, Bristol Renaissance Fair.
Oh, God, that's such a far drive.
It's only 3 hours. It's not
That's
4 hours.
Anything over 2 is too much.
It's quick.
No.
Just not after a full day at the Renaissance Fair, and then you got to drive home late at night. That did not feel short. But a D&D podcast just helped me get through it.
What are you listening to?
Critical Role.
Oh,
I know. Agree to disagree.
Let's just disagree.
You know, I did give Dimension 20 a chance. I was actually driving with my girlfriend, and I wanted her to experience what a D&D podcast sounds like. So I instead of starting her on Critical Role, I was like, you know what? Let's start on Dimension 20.
No, I think you messed up.
And there were so many sound effects. It completely ruined the experience for her.
Both. That's the problem with Critical Role and Dimension 20 is you cannot listen to them as audio podcasts because
you got to watch them.
You have to watch them. They have too much set going on to
Disagree.
not. No. Adventure Zone and Dungeons and Daddies are what you do as an intro to D&D podcasts. Dimension 20 and Critical Role have too much production value to be strictly audio.
I just watched the TikToks back later.
No, they put too much. It's a part of the entire experience with both of those shows is you have to see them in their extent. Dungeons and Daddies and Adventure Zone were created as podcasts for TTRPG shows, and that's why that medium works. And that's why you can't even get most of Dimension 20's campaigns audio only is because it's on Dropout TV for one, and two is because it just doesn't work strictly as an audio podcast.
Well, I've only really ever listened to Critical Role on podcast, and I feel like I can see it. because I have a brain where I can imagine things,
Yeah, fuck
like
off.
see them. Some people just don't have that in their bodies because they're in the wrong flesh mech.
I'm starting to realize a lot of my problems because I think I am in the wrong body.
Well, I can't wait to meet your true essence of a body one day.
I think I just have to die and my soul finally be free is going to be the only way we see
Maybe it's the next one. It like hit a step. So who belonged in this body is what I want to know.
It's a great question. I don't know, but more often than not, my body does not feel like it's where I belong.
Hot take from Oceana. Con hygiene, like seriously, the con should provide soap, toothpaste, and toothbrush, deodorant, and shampoo, and enforce people to actually shower.
So, fun fact: most Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic tournaments have hygiene policies.
Is it true?
Yes, quite literally. This is not a joke. So many individuals would try to make themselves as smelly as possible as a win condition in these games because people would sit down and be like, whoa, and would not want to play because it can be that aggressive. So
You can't play your best like that.
because a lot of these places now, like if you walk into these stores to go play with them, they're like, hey, you have to smell or you will be forced to leave the store.
Well, they need to put that kind of enforcement at cons. Because it's a long weekend. Like, if you've been to these 3-day, 4-day cons, it's long and they start early, they end late, and
They're hot.
They're hot, and the cosplays. Yeah. I don't think that's a bad take. But keep those suggestions coming because tonight's guests are actually co-founders of a relatively new, it's on its second year TTRPG con. And we're going to hear more about it. And we've also got a very big announcement involving us. And we haven't said it to anyone outside of ourselves and our close friends and family. So we're really excited to share that tonight. So I'm glad that all of you are tuning in live to be the first to hear. But without any further ado, let's welcome our guests tonight. They are past alumni of Geek Out Sesh, both individually and as a crew. Welcome back. Talking about Mysticon 2025. Give it up for the Forever DM and Morgan. As I find which of these templates worked better. No, which one was
No,
it?
you go back.
This
and
one.
Now, no.
This one.
Yes, now flip-flop us with Morgan.
This one.
There you go.
It's like a bad episode of the Brady Bunch. Everyone's like moving their
That's not what
squares
it
around.
was.
Yes, it was.
It gave us
why am
another
I dizzy?
option before.
No, it didn't.
This one. It
That's
was
not
this
the
There
one.
we go.
one, that's
That'll
right.
work.
This was it. Welcome in, boys.
Who let him be in charge?
Thanks, man.
I did. I let me be in charge. Welcome. I know you guys are out there in the California, so it's like mid-afternoon for you. It's dinner time for us. So thanks for carving out a little time to talk Mysticon. How you doing?
Good. Yeah, like you said, it's a little bit earlier, in the day for us. But like I said, we definitely want to make sure we set a time to sit down, have this conversation with you, and kind of go over some things and put out some big news for the community.
So we do have a very important question in chat, and is that does your con have air conditioning? If not, you should probably start working on that.
It does. Yes.
Well,
See,
part
there
of
you
it,
go, guys.
Part of it has air conditioning because part of it's inside and then part of it's outside. It's a
So
huge-
just air condition the
there's a big-
outside. It's fine.
Right.
There's a big EPA thing with California, and like they don't let us air condition the outside, and it's crazy.
So what we all just need to do collectively, we just need to go,
yeah.
and it'll all cool down. It'll be fine.
I recently got one of those like big glam fans. Like,
They're great.
they're like a rave fan kind of thing. It saved a life.
Sky has one that's comically large, and I'm sure
Yeah.
I don't know why it's comically large, but like just a single brush of it, I'm like, oh, this is why this has been the quintessential thing to be used for like thousands of
Centuries.
years, is because it's efficient.
It works.
So for
Yeah, that was
anybody, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that was a big part of venue searching. Making sure that we had separate rooms and that all those rooms had proper airflow, air conditioning. So
That's honestly, if anybody's like, oh man, I'm questioning about going to a new con. That is a very gracious thing to like consider, because that's one of those things, like, obviously, yes, it's going to be hot. There's really not much you can do when you have that many like people in a contained area, but the fact you're like, hey, let's try to combat this to the best of our ability says a lot about you as individuals.
You've already
Well, part
done
of that,
more
the
than some founders.
Well, that was another thing, though.
Appreciate
Like, even last year, we had talked about it. Like, one of the, like, obviously in the chat, you guys were talking about the con aroma of a lot of people. But when we decided time frame of the year, that was a contributing factor to when we wanted that October time frame being a little bit cooler time frame in the year. And even if it's you're overheated or whatever from walking around the vendor halls or whatever, you can step outside and cool off a little bit. It's not like it's in the middle of July or the middle of August kind of thing where it's hotter outside than it is inside even. So
Listen, as a fat man, that's hoodie weather, so I can hide a lot of this, and I appreciate that greatly. I'm working on it. My plan is to lose another 20 by con so I can get shirtless on stage and not gross people out. But if not, we'll have the hoodie
gotten
coverage.
to the announcement.
Yeah, I was saying that's a
I was just saying we're going to be there,
right?
I was just saying we're going to be there.
It's his cosplay competition.
Yeah.
I want to be like you. I want to do the worm on stage every con we go to.
I saw
Somehow
that.
shirtless.
Exactly. I can't have him be the only guy that gets on stage.
It's you this time.
It's me this time.
Back
And
again. We're back into the whole tease in the wrong body thing.
I think we've been swapped.
I need to get into shape enough where I don't get on stage and people assume I'm going to do the truffle shuffle is where I need to get physically.
But before we get too deep and T just completely unveils the man behind the curtain, first, anybody that doesn't know who you guys are, tell us a little bit. Let's start with you, Morgan. Who are you and what you do as a geek?
Yeah, I am Morgan Dangerfield. We're based out of, one of the questions in chat was, we're in Southern California, out of San Diego County region. And I am the Dungeon Master and published author of Heroes of Evermore, 5-year standing homebrew campaign. And it's been a blast turning that campaign into a D&D fantasy adventure novel. Has been awesome. Just building this community and gaining relationships in this community. It's been such a blast over these years, and excited for the future. And then also what's birthed out of it, which we'll touch base in a little bit. Yeah.
I can't wait to hear more about that placenta. Chris, what have you birthed?
What have I birthed? So I'm Chris Peters, the Forever DM. I run the Arcavian Chronicles out of San Diego as well. In addition to that, I do a lot of like crafting and terrain tutorial paintings and build. My medium of choice is styrofoam, so a lot of different terrain building techniques and tips and how to do it efficiently and effectively, on top of being a dungeon master for drop-in games and then long ongoing campaigns. So been doing it for 3 years now, I think. So yeah, but definitely. And then like Morgan said, we kind of birthed something together, which we'll get into here in a second.
So together you made a baby.
We did.
I mean, it's usually how that works.
Which one of you did it come out of?
It was consensual.
I don't like the way you said that.
It was like half and half, and then merged together.
And then it crawled out of each of your bodies and then morphed into a singular being. It was T's body. Yeah.
See, that's who's supposed to be in that body. Figured it out.
Maybe I'm just going to shed once I get there.
Ooh, like a butterfly.
I was thinking like a snake.
I've been trying to figure out what my cosplays for this year are going to be, and I think I need to do something explosive. How do you do like those things like on shows where they do like the immediate costume change where like they spin?
Like a quick change?
No, the way like they spin and it's like an entire night, not off stage.
Yeah, it's quick change artistry. Yeah.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
That shit blows my mind.
Or burlesque.
Every
Are you
time.
talking about burlesque?
Also, very valid question. Have you all considered bringing Nerdlesque to the show, to the con? And if not, please.
Okay.
That's a face I like right there. Anyways.
Not yet.
Not yet.
And if not, I will just do the Nerdlesque for you guys. It's fine.
Yeah, we're going to...
Excellent.
I've got a chair and I can rig up like a bucket of water above the stage.
See, that's all I need.
That's it.
That will blow any worm that I've
We'll
done
just call
on
it
stage.
wet teas, and it's because I'll be tea and I'll be wet.
I think we just found a new stream on Wednesdays.
Oh.
It's a very niche. It's a very niche group for like to find this attractive. But if you do, it's the place to be.
It's a different website with a different subscription plan, though, guys.
It's gonna go viral.
They're gonna renege on everything that they've agreed to.
I don't know. I don't know. What you're talking. I'm doubling down. Like all this is like.
The three of us are on the same page. You're the one out of the loop, apparently.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, we might as well let the cat out of the bag since we're like struggling to keep its head shoved under a blanket right now. With Mysticon 2025, one of you please tell the world the big news that is going to involve us, whether you want it or not.
Morgan, go ahead.
Boser and T are officially going to be MysticCon 25's MCs of the convention. Let's go. Let's go.
We're going
I
to
wanted to throw it like a hat, and
California!
then I realized I just moved like 6 pieces of technology.
They are flying out. I think. Are you driving
Yes.
out? I don't know.
Okay,
We're flying. We are
I
flying.
have 2 jobs, sir. You want me to drive across the country?
And we get to see their beautiful mugs in person.
For the first
and,
time.
I know. It's beautiful.
Honestly, the only thing I hate about that is I truly have a love of not knowing people IRL that I've met on the internet. I love everybody being an enigma of a facet of an individual, but now once I meet you in person, I have to accept that you're not NPCs, that you're real people. And so it breaks a little part of me when I've learned people's like IRL names and not their like internet usernames. I'm like, I don't want this information.
Like that. No.
Like I learned
We're gonna make it super
Oceana's
awkward
name,
for you.
and I refuse to acknowledge that Oceana has a government name. That's just not a thing to me.
The same thing happened to me just at Bristol Renaissance Fair yesterday. Ran into some old con friends, and like I had to introduce them to someone, and I was like, I don't know what to call them. Because I don't remember their actual name, but I only know their Instagram handle.
It's one of those things that when people like introduce themselves to you and they say their name, and like 5 seconds later you forget it, and you have to like carry that chain. I'm like, oh.
At least Instagram lets you like, what was my quick search? Who did I tag recently? There it is. So yes, we are officially going to be your master of ceremonies, your MCs, your hosts.
That is my favorite TTRPG title, by the way. So,
What?
Master of Ceremonies.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think that's so much
have a
better
jacket.
than Game Master or Dungeon Master. I think Master of Ceremonies is the elite title to earn.
You have to wear your Letterman jacket.
I do.
Yeah. But we are deeply, deeply honored that you even thought of us because we.
Let's
I don't
be
know
honest.
if
You
it's a
guys went through
brand.
what 6 different people before, and everybody just said no before you got to us.
12.
12. Okay, that's
Okay.
fair. That's fair.
Only
You're
12.
on the list though.
All right. I'll take
Hey,
it.
what do they call the guy that graduates bottom of his class out of medical school? Doctor. So you guys are good, right?
We're content creators, baby. We might post once a year, but that's okay.
We have plans, to clarify. That was my first thought when he texted me. He's like, "Hey, would this be something you're interested in?" I'm like, "Yeah." However, we have to like get our head out of our ass and actually be content creators again, so we don't get done. And they're like, "Hey, we asked these guys to like support and promote this, and they haven't said a word."
No. But for me, this was always something like growing up at cons and when this channel first started, like going to C2E2, seeing the people on stage and like just introducing things, hyping up the crowd. I'm like, that's what I can do. That's my skill set. That looks like a great time. And so the fact that you have given us this opportunity really is a huge check off of my bucket list. And it feels like the last 6 years of this channel have not been worthless.
Ah.
Yes.
Well,
I love it.
Oh man, that means a lot. Well, that's we talked about it pretty extensively, and your guys we talked about it even last year, wanting to get you guys out here, and things didn't line up the way, but like whenever we were like, no, this can happen this year. We joke about the list, but like you guys were at the top of the list, and we were like, no, this is right up their alley. This is something that we know they would do amazing at, excel at, and like have the personalities that represent exactly and everything it stands for. So you guys were legitimately first on the list for it.
So obviously for the chat, not for us, because we know what to expect from an MC.
Obviously, we've talked
but
at length.
for the chat's sake, what does an MC look like to you guys?
Well, one of them usually does the truffle shuffle.
That's you for sure.
And
That's
the other one.
Does the worm on stage.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. I got the word. You
Okay.
do the truffle
Got
shuffle.
it.
It'll be great.
Got
That'll
it.
be our. That's how we come on stage.
I bet you have a great truffle or worm, to be honest.
No,
That was aggressive. That was
Oh.
rude.
Morgan, you got it. You want me to?
yeah, no, I wanted to just add on to what you had said real
Oh, yeah,
quick
yeah.
too. But we both just felt we've both been guests on your guys' show. We have on your channel. We love the camaraderie and the relaxed nature that you guys provide. Like
It's
we
called
both loved it, and
unprofessionalism.
that's what it is. Then it's beautiful and it's perfect. And you guys are real, and we just knew that you guys would connect with guests, with interviews. Guests of honor, whoever that you guys are interacting with there, and regarding MC wise too, we thought of, okay, I've been on cruises before, growing up, going with family and stuff. And you picture like a cruise director, right? Like hype man, like
Dream job.
at all the places, everyone
God,
knows
that would
like,
be
oh, we're
so
following
fucking
that
fitting
person
for
to
you.
the next thing, So yeah, excited to have you guys so much.
That's so funny that you said cruise director because I have been on a few cruises in my lifetime, and every time that cruise director, I'm like, I want that job.
We are in very different tax
That's
brackets.
for me. Oh, I didn't pay for these cruises. I got invited.
I love it.
We just thank you for that trust. For some reason, misplaced or not, but we will make you proud one way or the other.
No doubt in our minds about it. But then to answer your question before, so for those of you guys tuning in, what you guys will see, T and Boser are kind of taking the metaphorical and proverbial lead on the stage of hosting things, announcements, and they're both have faces for radios. They're beautiful faces, but so they will be the ones providing the entertainment per se, and doing the announcements, clarifying things, and then just kind of standing there and fielding all the questions from the crowd, and kind of that one of those main interface points between the patrons and then the attendees and the professionals that are going to be at the convention.
I just
So I
made a mess in my pants.
So this, not that. Hey, professionals! I just came in my pants. Thanks.
I said mess. That would have been unprofessional.
So it's pretty wild though. So not this last C2E2, but the C2E2 before, we actually got to host a panel very last minute. We were like 20 minutes away from Chicago. We get a
Honestly.
random text message like, hey, a friend of a friend like needs a host like now. I throw your guys' name out. Like, is this something you can do? And this man's driving. I tell him, and he swerves aggressively. He's like, I'm sorry, they want us to do what?
Host a panel at C2E2.
Right. So, and then obviously that leads the conversation like, oh, like this is stepping stone one. Next we can start like emceeing. Next we can start throwing our own. And honestly, we're just slowly checking off that list. It's not as quick and as aggressive as we would like it to be, because we want to be like you guys. We want to be cool and like do this for a living and disregard being like actual functioning, like contributing members of society. Because who needs more of those individuals?
There's plenty. That's what
Yeah,
children
there's
are
enough.
for.
So the fact that like honestly, like this is one of those things. Like Boser texted me, he's like, "Hey, like get October free. Like we've got plans." And I'm sure you guys are aware of this. If not, chat is I've got a 3-month-old at home, and so this was one of those things. I was like, "Hey," because we've got a lot of life transitioning stuff. And I was like, "Hey, hypothetically speaking, if we got an offer to go to like the opposite side of the country, and I just got to for a week and completely disregard all adult responsibilities, would that be cool?" And this question came up when she was 9 months pregnant, and at that time, no, it was not cool whatsoever.
That's fair. That's fair.
Entirely rightfully so.
But now the
100%.
baby can basically drive themselves to work. So
Right,
I mean,
yeah.
honestly,
Yeah.
they're self-sufficient. Like, it is what it is. I can disappear for 2 days, and it's no big deal. But yeah, so she obviously, no, she was incredibly supportive. And she was like, "Oh, hey, like that's great for you. Like, go do that thing." Which is very weird to have like people blind faith in us, like you weird fuckers do.
Yeah.
But here we are, seeing
Anyone who follows
something in
this
us
channel?
that we don't see in ourselves. So, yeah, we're gonna make you proud. I'm gonna keep all Wizards of the Coast negative comments to myself to not burn potential bridges that you guys may develop.
is this where we talk about the clip from last week where we talk about that if Wizard of the Coast offers $1 million, you just had to leave? And I said, yep, do it.
Yeah.
Run it.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll be a good boy. I'll be on my best behavior. I'll make sure Boser doesn't make any coming jokes. I can't keep that promise.
Well, to caveat in your Wizards of the Coast thing, I'm sure we're going to go into a little bit. One of the cool things that we like receiving feedback from last year's convention. Last year's convention was solely, and we also like intended it because it was the 50-year D&D anniversary. So it was all D&D organized games. This year, we actually have a breakout of not just D&D games, but we've got Pathfinder, we've got Dagger Heartplane, we've got a few other smaller but still like notable TTRPGs with organized and sanctioned DMs who are going to be running those games. So it's not solely Wizards of the Coast. There's representation across the TTRPG community kind of are involved as well.
So to clarify, do I have to be responsible this whole time, or do I also get to go ruin other DMs' games?
So it was funny you bring that up. And Morgan, I think both of us last year definitely underestimated the amount of like back and forth that all of us, but the two of us were doing. We had so from the flow of how it worked is we had the vendor hall, then there was a hallway up to the back. And in between, like in the middle of that hallway, one of our vendors had a coffee cart, and it was right adjacent to the bar. And I don't know about you, Morgan. I don't think we've talked about this, but every time I passed back in between the bar and the coffee cart, one of the two had a beer or a coffee for me, and it was just like grab go, and it was like back and forth all day long. So it was a blur. There's a lot of not necessarily fully taken on responsibility. So no, you'll be fine.
Well, honestly, as a plus note, though, obviously we can get into more of like the semantics and like the nitty gritty of it all. But a plus note is with you guys having blind faith in us like this, please throw whatever additions we can do to make your lives easier at us because you pay us ungodly amounts of monies. That's it, right, guys? Just get invited to cons and you can make a living off of showcasing these things.
Who needed $1 million from Wizards of the Coast? And you can get it from
These
two
guys just
from
had it
California.
for us. There's like, here, guys, we know you guys are expensive to show up, so we're just gonna shell out for you, fucking B-list, D-list.
That's why we haven't hosted
YouTubers.
cons before. No one could afford us.
Yeah, you guys are very selective. You have a name to uphold.
But no, genuinely, I'm very excited to be able to kind of step into one of these things and kind of do our thing and showcase what you guys have been able to not only put on for a second year, but improved on since last year and kind of see. Because honestly, at this point, like, even if this is like a one-time MC thing and this, you guys go
it absolutely will be.
for sure. But like, potentially come back again. It's going to be one of those things that we're getting to come into this essentially on a ground floor level and got to see this grow over these next coming years. I'm genuinely excited to see. So that way, when we get asked again in a decade, we can kind of look back over the 10 years and see what the growth looks like.
Maybe we should have done that one differently.
But talk about, like, anybody that doesn't know about Mysticon, talk about what people can expect coming to the second year in and, like, some other things that you learned from last year that you plan to improve on coming into your second year.
Oh, you got that?
Yeah, I'll touch on some. You add on.
Sounds good.
One of the main things, like we mentioned earlier, was separate spaces. Chris touched on it, where the vendor hall was the same place where the stage was, where we had panels. So there was a contestation of noise levels, and definitely that was key from the surveys we sent out. So we are about to drop our video promo of the venue soon. So you guys will see it on all of its glory. You guys probably caught behind the scenes a little bit of our full stage, professional stage we have with stage lighting, 300-seat auditorium. It's going to be beautiful. It's epic. And so you guys can expect that coming into a general lobby where we have a content creators corner where T Boser will be interviewing hot goss celebrities and
The hot takes.
yes, and then a separate game hall where we're going to have 6 scheduled out game tables and then 4 open play tables along with a stage VIP table being ran consistently throughout the day, and then a workshop actual seminar room with seating and a little stage as well, and then a separate vendor hall and outdoor vendor alley with like beer garden, food court, it's going to be next level. We took it from 8,000 square feet last year to 20,000 square feet this year for venue.
Whoa! Yeah, because this was not the same venue. I remember early on this year, just before we were able to lock something in, I think it originally was going to be maybe in the same area or the same venue in like what, near San Diego.
Yeah, we were looking geographically. We wanted to keep it the same, so I think Morgan did a lot of the heavy lifting on vendor finding. A lot of the ones we were looking at were like local to where it was last year. But it was some of like issues with like flow or like price range and stuff was just those ones didn't work out. And then whenever this one got locked down, like both Morgan and I were like, no, like this is good.
What made you like what? Brain.
Don't worry, you'll get there.
Glitching.
Words are hard.
Technical difficulties, even in our mech suits.
Flesh mechs.
Sorry. How did you find this venue? And like, other than the square footage, what attracted you to this spot rather than what you had last year?
Yeah. So size, trying to find that balance between price and size and what we can make happen. Chris and I are bankrolling this thing. So we're like, utilizing what we can bring in via vendors, via pre-ticket sales and such to guesstimate what we can afford and provide for everybody venue size. So that was one of the factors. Another one is it's in Carlsbad. It's in North County, San Diego. It's right in between San Diego and LA roughly. So it's like able to draw so many influencers, celebrities, guests, and vendors, and attendees. So really excited to just pull everybody together. And then this is actually what's really cool. It's right off the main freeway, so easy access, and it is an old theater that's repurposed for renting out space.
Love it already.
All these rooms. Yeah, it has all these separate rooms and screens and stages, and it's perfect. It came set up like that. So, and then it has that separate vendor hall as well. So, like we said, separating out all the spaces accordingly, so they can live in their glory individually. Yeah.
Then what was your head count last year?
It was like 300 plus, I'd say.
Yeah.
And we're
like throughout the weekend, or is that per day?
Well, last year was only one day.
Oh, that's right.
Another
that's
change.
Right.
Yeah, last year was one day. That's another change. Is this year we expanded it out to a 2-day convention as well.
And to reiterate, this is a brand new con. You guys are bankrolling this, creating this, founding this all on your own. Last year was his very first year. And I can only imagine, we have a local con that we go to, and I at least got some ground floor intel because I know the people that put it on, but it is an organizational nightmare. So the fact that you guys are doing this and you had anybody show up is huge. So I'm excited that you're able to expand. What you're going to say?
At this point, I don't remember, so we could just
great skip him.
Oh, sorry, I do remember now. The only thing I genuinely care about at cons, one, do you have Artist Alley?
So last year we had a couple artists, and we did not. It was only 2, possibly 3, and they weren't clumped together because they can choose.
Okay.
What kind of like there was indoor, and same with this year. There's indoor and outdoor booth spacing, different pricing. So what they choose to do. We did have like an author alley, like fantasy adventure authors that all like were lined up last year. So yeah, definitely keeping that in mind.
So the big thing is when I end up spending more money than I'm supposed to at this con, when I shove it all to you, I need you to ship it back to our state, please.
We're going to give you a P.O. box so it doesn't end up at his doorstep. So the Sky, who's not watching this, has no idea.
Correct, because she does not need to know that the buku bucks that you guys are paying us is just going to write back to you guys at the end of the day. So really, it's going to be a wash for me, a benefit for you financially. But I just need to make sure she doesn't see the amount of money I'm about to spend.
Right.
Got you.
For this thing I'm supposed to be working at.
You put it in your Kickstarter budget. I've heard you've had a good big budget for that.
See, now we're talking. Now we're getting on the same page. So.
Yeah.
And who's that? Servicing divorce papers. Oh, that's interesting. Sure, just leave them at the door. Thank you. Have a nice night.
I thought you guys had headphones on. I'm so sorry.
No, these are just so I don't hear his mouth. Yeah.
So we're on year 2. You guys are
Yeah.
bankrolling this yourselves, which is already a wild thing to be at a point in your lives. Like, hey, our lives aren't complicated enough. What if we not only threw a con, like not even like set up a con, you're like, hey, what if we just backed this ourselves? Like that's no big deal.
On top of creating content, on top of publishing a book, on top of potentially making a video game, still waiting on that.
So I guess my first question is, are you guys married / parents?
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
so follow up. So this is a question for T, who has
Yeah.
3 kids and 2 jobs. How the fuck are you finding time in your day? And I
You see
mean
all
that
these-
with every emphasis on my chest of like, how the fuck are
Yeah.
you doing this?
Get your silver fox sexy ass out of here. We don't
You
need
see
to see
these
that.
gray? You see these grays? That's not from a toddler and a 4-month-old. That is from convention planning.
See, this is bullshit. I didn't get gray hairs. I just got the balding. This is.
It's the wrong flesh mech.
We got 3 hot dads over here, and then there's fucking me just balding. I'm like, why am I here?
What am I doing here?
Notice how the
no,
red
it's
hats
definitely
though.
one of those like balancing. It is juggling 3 circuses with 3 different ringmasters all at the exact same time. Late nights, early mornings. I think it's constant communication between Morgan and I of like, okay, hey, I didn't get to this, because this X, Y, and Z. Because I've got 4 kids too, and so I get you, man. And it's one of those things that it's like, okay,
just went up
having
to
to
you.
carve
He did
out
one
those
up, Mike.
time.
He said, hey, I'm doing this even harder than you are and still succeeding better. So that's the message I took from
So this
that.
is a you problem.
This is a me problem for sure. But genuinely, though, so we've
It's
talked
the
about.
flesh mech suit problem. If you were in a different flesh mech, no problem. They're all
I've
solved.
never found a better scapegoat to any of your life's problems than wrong flesh mech. How to get keyed into this?
But I mean, we talked about just like hosting like a 1-night event or a 2-night event, like renting out like a small little place to just like get people together. Like, so realistically, how many hours a week are you putting into trying to put this together? Because obviously, there's people like this is one of those things like everybody like in a geek community, like this is something I would love to like be honest, like. Obviously, this is like a year-long plan that you're doing. But like, how many hours a week are you putting into trying to make this like a reality?
A lot.
A lot. Yeah.
Like, so,
525,000.
So I was jokingly saying, and probably fairly accurate, like last year put in like 100 plus hours. Like this can be a full-time job. And one of our contingencies with this year was to have a team and to ask people that were interested and willing to help us on a volunteer basis, obviously doing everything in our power to
Damn, they blew the budget on us.
get them
volunteers.
in and support them any way that we financially can, down the road. And so we have such an amazing team behind us this year that's helping us with marketing. Like, I don't know, I can't tell you how many hours a week just for creating marketing posts and pushing out, series after series after series, hyping up, getting information out to people. But then, like you said, a logistical nightmare of communicating to all the participants, volunteers, vendors, panelists.
Because just the group chat doesn't work for that. That's individual one-on-one conversation.
Yep, it's like one-on-one conversations or categorized conversations with entire groups of people. Like we've got in our Discord channel, we've got chats. We've got somebody who's the lead organizer for all the dungeon masters, lead organizer for all the marketing, an organizer for all the vendors, and then like Morgan and I both dip into each of those categories to assist those individuals who are in those lead positions, or if it's like they're at a little bit of a stall, like we're the ones going in and creating the things that need to be pushed out to the people, and then coming from making sure that with the things that do go out have our kind of stamp and seal of approval, because even if it comes out, I mean, just like anything, even if it comes out from the team, it's still a representation of Morgan and I. We want to make sure that we are being seen the way that we want to be, kind of thing.
And I think the incredible thing is that, like, obviously most things in life take a village. But at the end of the day, to have people that, because obviously it's easy to pay somebody to get a job done, but to have people that support this idea so much that they are volunteering their time to help make this like a reality, because that sets up two things. One, when this becomes a big enough thing that you can afford to make this a job for people and pay them and things of that nature. That's obviously, it's showing due respect back to, like, hey, you did like, you grinded with us, you blood, sweat, and tears. You were in this with us. But two, it's difficult to find people that one, blindly support something if this like venue, this size, and two, that are like all in, because it's easy to be like, hey, let's do this, let's make it, because people can talk all that. But to sit there and actually put in the work, it fizzles out. But to see people actually actively put in the work, I think says a lot about what you guys are trying to pull off here.
Well,
Thanks, man.
And I think it's a testament to you. Like, if anybody's paid attention to your guys' content, like, you guys don't do anything halfway. Like, I remember, Morgan, the first time you even came on the show was purely because we noticed the insanity that went into your single DM session, like your D&D session with your crowd. You were in the backyard. You were fighting things in person. You were, like, made drinking games. And you had the sets, like, and then, like, your terrain and everything, Chris. Like, the fact that if they...
All three of you make me feel like shit people. That's all I want to put out there. Like,
who's the third?
Bitch, you painted this. Don't start with me.
Yeah, but I should have painted all the way to the corner. No, but I think it makes it easier for people to buy into supporting you coming alongside you, because they know that you don't fizzle out. You see things all the way through and then some. So that's why when you invited us, we were all the more honored that you wanted us to at least somewhat, in one part, represent you. And we're still going to double check that every day until October 24th and 25th.
We're starting to drive right now, guys.
It is just one of those things.
Your streams until then.
It's just kind of cool to see people that are doing a career where everybody hears the saying, like, find a career and you'll never work a day in your life. And especially in this economy, people are just struggling to find work as is. To find something that has a career is very difficult. But to see it like happen in real time, it's such a fascinating thing to see with just the state of the world. To find people that have like, hey, this is what I love. I'm breaking my back to bring this to fruition. Fantastic to see.
Well, yeah, like Morgan and I both have full-time jobs too, so it's like fitting that into everything else. Like we were getting back in before, but it's like we really wouldn't be anywhere where we are without like really all of the like T, you had said, the blood, sweat, and tears and dedication of everybody that's come in to support us, whether that's the staff members, whether that's you guys, whether that's people just wanting to collaborate, bring stuff in, or they had a good time last year and they, saw X, Y, and Z benefits and they want to come back again. So there are so many elements and facets within this community that have been, our heart goes out to every single one of it, like everybody, because it wouldn't be possible without the help of everyone.
Yeah, and all of our volunteers were there last year. They got to see the magic that it was, and we've heard from multiple people how it felt like they didn't know anybody, but they felt like they knew everybody, if that makes sense. Like
that's a sign of a good con.
Such good vibes, and that's what we want to continue to bring. But that was proof in the pudding of like, oh, all these people are down to jump on board and help us because they saw it and they just want to see it grow as well with us. I mean, Chris and I used to text and chat about each other's campaigns and like geek out over it, and now it's like all business. Like I'm sure he's tired of me texting him like 1 a.m. while I'm giving the baby milk, and it's craziness. He's like in traffic. He's like, hey, can I call you real quick? Can we recap on stuff? And I'm like, yeah, I'm in between clients. So that's the madness and the magic kind of coming together for this.
Damn. So what I'm hearing from this conversation is we just suck at our jobs. We're just doing nothing but making excuses.
That honestly is true. I know that I do make a lot of excuses, and it always comes back down to bandwidth for me. Like that's my write-off. I'm like, I just don't have the bandwidth.
But no, the real issue is neither of us like editing. So we have ideas out the wazoo, but neither of us want to sit down and edit. And that's our...
And part of my job is editing and making videos and all that. So then it just, once again, feels like more work. Like you said, find like a hobby that you love and you'll never work a day in your life. I've seen that twice now where I found like I turned my passion into my job and now my passion just feels like a job in so many ways.
Yep.
I still love it
Yep.
and I have to pinch myself sometimes and like remind myself. But when you're in the thick of it. So that's my question is now that you guys are in year 2, like you love to play D&D on the side like as an escape, as a hobby, but now that is becoming its own like BBEG coming up towards October. How do you like find the fun? How do you keep that at the core center of what you're doing?
I think one of the
Morgan hasn't. Morgan's lost it.
I think one of the elements for me last year, a lot of it was you don't see like the fruits of it until you're in it, right? So all this work, and Morgan and I talked about this post-con last year too, is so much of it just seems like you're like, okay, is this devoting 4 hours into creating this video edit or this post or whatever? Is it going to be worth it kind of thing? But it's a small piece of the puzzle. And I think once the convention happens, at least this is what I found out last year, is that I was able to step back and kind of look at what him and I painted. It was like, okay, yeah, every step of that, like 95% of the steps of that along the way suck, but it's worth it.
So I'm curious, of obviously this being year 2, was there anything from last year that you're like, hey, this is going to be a big hit that just like fell so flat that you're not bringing it into this year?
The MCs.
Oh, obviously, yeah. Last year apparently sucked for us to come on board. So
Joking.
I'm sure the last year's
I don't know
great,
who the
and we
MCs
just
were
got
last
the
year.
opportunity this
Saying that on the internet. Okay.
I think it was the. I would say it was the opposite. I think some of the feedback that we got last year, people were like, "Oh, we would like to see more of this next year," and it was like, "Okay, cool." Like that's why we decided to split game systems of the organized games that we have playing. That's why we, like Morgan had talked about, we split the vendor hall from the panel stage. That's why we've kind of separated out elements of it, increased it to 2 days. There were definitely parts of it that, when it came to last year, some of the feedback, people were like, no, that was amazing. The fact that we had beer at a convention, everyone's like, you have to do that
I'm
again.
here for it.
And
So that's the only reason I'm coming, to be honest.
right? So there were definitely elements of it like that we knew we wanted to do better this year. But as far as like things that we straight cut out from last year, I don't think so.
I think it was, since it was a 1 day and we had 2 stages, outdoor stage and indoor stage, we tried to maximize everything we could, from panels to, we had bands, we had speakers, and there were conflicting stage times. So I think maybe bigger cons can do that. You have so many more people, but I think this year, with having it 2 days, we do have a separate workshop area, but also just the main hall, in scheduling out the program, not conflicting those things so that everyone gets to enjoy each of those fully. So that was one.
Honestly,
That was one of the things. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, one of the things we looked at when we looked at like operating hours for the vendor halls is like the vendors were like, oh, I really would have loved to get a chance to go play a game, but they were working their their booth the entire day. So we shut the vendor hall hours down a little bit, so there's actually one full game slot at each of the tables for any of the vendors that actually want to play a game as well.
Nice.
That's awesome.
So really trying to provide that opportunity to everybody at the convention, whether they're they're volunteering, or whether they're running games themselves, whether they're vending, or whatever they are. We want everybody in some way, shape, form, or fashion to be able to experience the parts of the convention that's why they go to conventions.
And I think that's going to be a very cool thing about coming into like a year 2 convention. Because obviously C2, fantastic time, Gen Con, incredible, but you have to make sacrifices the whole time. Mm-hmm. And eventually, you guys are probably going to get to that point where you guys have the size that it is up to the patrons that are coming like, hey, we want you to experience everything, but that's no longer an option.
No,
I
it would be
think-
amazing to have such a schedule one year and have people like open the schedule and be like, "Oh, I really
Yep.
want
Have
to
to
go to
pick.
this panel, but I really want to see these two. I really want to do this, but then I want to play." And like,
Yep.
I don't know, that versatility of options for the patrons and to like be able to present something so robust to them. That idea to me is like one of those
That's how you know you made it.
a good problem kind of thing
Yes,
to
yes,
have.
yes. But I think that's great since knowing that because it's still year 2, you're still growing,
Yeah.
you're still developing. That's not an issue yet. But the fact that you're taking time to make sure that schedule not only fits better for the patrons to experience, but for you to go out of the way and take care of the people that are helping you to make sure they also get to enjoy this. Because yes, getting to go work at a con, fantastic. Everybody dreams like in that environment wants to be a part of that. But then at that point, like we've been just talking about, you take away like it's no longer the hobby part of it. Then it's just a job. You're
Becomes
like,
a job.
okay, now it's like, oh, all right, I gotta go to work now. And that's clearly not what you're wanting to bring to the table. You want this to
Yeah.
be an experience for everybody. And I think that speaks volumes. Like, hey, we're sitting. It's obviously not perfect. But yes, we've made sure we've dedicated time for you to be able to step out. You can come to the con. You can enjoy yourself. You can do what you would like to do in this time period because we care about you. You're helping us. We want to help you.
Yeah, and same with the
Exactly.
volunteer shifts, helping us out. We separated them out into 7-hour shifts where it's 2 hours before, 2 hours after for like cleanup setup. But then in the chunk of it, it's only that it's not asking them to volunteer all day. Like we want to grant them general admission passes, badges to the con to have fun as well. That second half, whether early morning or evening, to enjoy themselves. So yeah.
I think that just says so much about the fact that you let the vendors, because we've all been to cons who the vendors just work there the whole time, but like they are geeks in themselves. Like the community extends beyond the attendees. It's everyone who's part of it. So I'm excited and hoping that we have time to play a game.
Oh yeah, we can. Both of us will hop up in MC to make sure you guys get the ability to enjoy walking around the vendor hall, playing games, doing what you want to do. And what you were talking about a second ago, just to add on to that, it's so cool because we've got several vendors that are some of them are returning from last year, some of them are new this year, but their general niche isn't that TTRPG thing, but the way that they appreciate the community. They love what Mysticon is and what it feels like for everybody. Is it's so cool to see these vendors that are like adapting their products to fit that TTRPG niche. Like we had one of our vendors last year, and she kind of came on for marketing. I think Ashley for marketing this year is like she typically does like a whole host of really amazing products, but she does like these soaps and stuff like this. And last year she started blending soap scents that were to the community. We've
Oh,
got other
cool.
ones. I've
That
got
will sell.
right, and so I've got another one. My candle sponsor. Sorry, Mars, if you're watching this, you see this. I'm gonna steal a little bit of your thunder because I'm super hyped about it for you. So she's like, typically she does a lot more Renaissance festivals, and she's like, oh, I don't know if my candles are going to be that relative. Well, she's actually working on something super amazing and like conceptualizing the community in this aspect of like she found a way to take her candle tints and put them into a full 7-piece dice set mold as candle wax melts.
That's
So it's
awesome.
Cool.
so freaking a brilliant idea, but so many creators are doing those little things that are just like, I want to be a part of this, and maybe I'm not exactly in the community, but I'm going to adjust because I want to be a part of it. And that's such a cool thing to see.
And from a marketing standpoint, like that is a huge sign that you are doing something right when other people that create content or some sort of product are changing what they're doing to fit your mold because they know that what you're doing is well and they believe in what you're doing. And the fact that you're year 2 and you already have vendors who are trying to do that, that's got to be super validating to all the work that you guys have put in.
Rewarding.
Yeah, it's so cool. Yeah, I would say too, coming back to your question about how do you still find that joy in it, and it's difficult for me because my brain just thinks of repeating nonstop of like the con itself and how it's going to operate through the day and where like security staff needs to be positioned properly and like I don't know, my brain's weird, and so then
You have to.
taking that back to like you guys were just saying, of all the people that are so excited and hyped on it, and hearing the feedback through social media and websites, and creating this for people and for the community. That brings that joy. Yeah.
And I hope that there's something that we can do along the weekend for you that allows you a little more grace to like experience it more fully and to enjoy the fruits of your labor, so that maybe we can take a little bit of weight off your shoulders. Because I know there's no greater gift than being part of a team, like working in the theater side. It's fun. It's something magical. Everyone who comes to see a show enjoys it. Meanwhile, we're all back in the booth or backstage. We're like, this, we got to think about this. And we're like sweating. And we don't have fun. It's fun putting on a good product, but we're not able to experience like that piece of that final product. And the more people that you bring onto your team just kind of allows you to do that more and more. So I'm glad to be able to hopefully offer you, between the two of us, that small gift.
Don't worry, I'll just take on security. I've done that for the last year, so I'll tackle the shit out of everybody.
He's trained. Yeah.
The little old grandma comes in with her walker. Where's your badge?
We got to make sure. I mean, they're usually the
Respect the
problems.
rules.
If we're being honest, what the internet video shows us, it's usually the old grandmas are the ones talking the most shit. So
I mean, I'm going to get away with everything when I'm 85.
What if the,
No,
I
we
mean,
true.
the
We
grandma's
certainly
in the wrong
appreciate it, you
place?
guys.
I'm curious about thinking of the future, because knowing you guys, you don't do anything half-assed. Like when you set an idea in motion, you're not like us. You're like, I don't know, let's see what happens. You are thinking,
why
okay,
the fuck did you invite us?
we're gonna be asking that question probably every day until October, and then after, like, why did you invite us? What's the end goal? Like when you picture Mysticon in the future, the dreamscape, what's that look like? What scale is it? What does it feel like? What's
I expect
there?
Nerdlesk in your answer, but you can answer now.
That just got added in. I wrote it down.
My man.
I think Morgan and I had talked about it a little bit, and unless you got it and you want to go first, Morgan, because I know my concept and where my mind goes with that.
Yeah, go ahead, and then I'll chime in.
My thought process is like United States, very large country. Obviously, you guys are traveling halfway, all the way across the country.
It's too far to walk, yeah.
And I mean, if you look at on the East Coast, you've got a lot of really amazing conventions. On the West Coast, you've really got Comic-Con is the biggest convention that kind of is a little bit TTRPG adjacent. My mindset is to be the Gary Con of the West Coast.
Where's Gary Con?
It's in Indiana, I think, is where they host it.
Gen Con.
Gen Con. No. Gen Con, yeah. But Gary Con is the one that's in respect of Gary Gygax.
I know. Where's Gary Con? I'm in Indiana. We're in Indiana. Never heard of Gary Con.
Let's see. Let me look it up. Now I got to search it. Hold on.
Am I that much in a hole? Like I've spent way too much time in a basement, literally, that now we don't know where
Gary Gygax, where
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. There we go. Wisconsin. Lake Geneva.
Yep.
We got to go to Gary Con.
Yeah, you guys should definitely make it up there. That's not too far at all.
Maybe.
I don't know if that may break.
Put you in the truck.
His 2-hour travel barrier, though.
You know, time flies when you have a little ether in your nose.
I mean, if he wants to drive the whole time, cool. I'll tag along for the ride. But if you ask me to drive him out,
I'll drive. I have no problem driving.
And I don't know, Chris, I'm sure I've shared with you this a little bit, but I feel like I would love to have it be such an immersive event, and that was one of our core themes in year one. This D&D experience, right? This immersive experience, and to the degree of I grew up going to Ren fairs, I love them. Like this year, we called for Mystic NPCs, so like to have cast members, kind of like Ren fairs have, to interact and like have some people strumming through the halls and like playing music and giving hints to the dragon hunt we're going to provide for people, and like having ribbons that people. Yeah, of course. There was last year too. It was epic. Like, oh yeah.
You were so close to punching that mic.
So, having it be like, I don't know if you guys saw clips of Universal Fantasy Nights where they had like a large scale beholder actually shooting beams out of its eyes. Like
I went this summer and I thought we were going to show up during the D&D night, and it wasn't. But
Oh,
I got so excited because I love an
Yeah.
immersive event.
Yeah.
yeah. And so many cons, big cons, and this coming from a guy who has not been to all of them, so take this with a grain of salt. But from what I hear, they've become a lot of commercialized and just
You
like
lose
throwing
that.
tons of tables out there and just hitting the pavement for days and days and not like feeling immersed in a realm or a world and being two dungeon masters coming from that background. Like we want to do that for people as best we can. So
Oh,
yeah.
that makes me so excited because coming back from Bristol Renaissance Fair in Wisconsin, where apparently Gary Con is, got to go there. Like we were driving back and we're like, what was your favorite thing? And it was a number of things, but for me, it was that very thing. I'm like,
Yeah.
I just like being in it, immersed in it, that you look around, you have no idea that you are 2 minutes from a highway, that everyone's dressed up. There's characters. You don't know who works there. You don't know who's just like showing up in character. There's live music everywhere. I feel like I've been transported back in time. And like I've taken that inspiration from your games that I've seen online and in your posts. I'm like, I want to bring that to my table. And so of course it only makes sense that you're going to bring that to your con. Ah, I'm excited. Now I'm gonna be
Chris,
like, damn, we had to work. I can't. We just gotta come as attendees next year.
I'm trying to
should
figure
we-
out how I can run games next year. Is all I want to know.
Let us
Yeah.
know. We'll get
Much
you set
better
up.
DM than this one.
application on the website.
Heard.
So Chris, should we drop some of the exclusive merch? We heard T
Yeah.
saying something about merch.
Yeah, I got a question. How do we? First off, I need Mysticon merch myself, regardless.
Sure.
But
So
I
sure.
want that. But like 4 Geeks Bite, like how do we make that happen? Or do we just have to like
I
bootleg
think
our
you have to
own?
pay for that.
Listen,
So our
if y'all
last
don't
year-
kick us out, I'll
it's
bootleg my own merch that will just
funny.
show up.
So last year and this year as well. So our apparel sponsor for the convention is actually Dungeon Drip. So Bryce from
Dungeon Drip is crazy name.
Yeah. So
That's incredible.
yeah.
I'm writing that
So
down.
they did all the shirts last year, and then like on the back we have. So this year's shirt's going to be a little bit different. But so it's the last year we had all the vendors on the back, the big logo on the front. This one we have a smaller example of the logo on the front, and then we've got the dragon face that you guys have seen on some of the promotional stuff
Oh yeah.
on the back of it, kind of taking up the whole shirt. So, but yeah, working with Dungeon Drip, the apparel will be available through their website. And I think if you buy, I think they're going to run some specials like days of the convention kind of stuff. And so, yeah, we work with them to get all the convention merch kind of thing. And they're still up whether or not they're going to be able to make it out this year because they just moved to Florida. But if not, they'll do how they did last year. And we had them available online purchase, and then it just shipped to wherever people designated it to get shipped to.
So what I'm hearing is we can bootleg our merch, and as long as they don't catch us, we'll be fine.
I think that would be a great representation as their host.
Absolutely.
Wearing some
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, that's
copywritten.
also another thing that we worked in. Like, we wanted to create this community environment that really developed a place for all these people to grow. And like, we have a vendor fee associated with those vendors coming in, but the thing that we wanted to make sure that we kept no matter what, we heard a bunch of back and forth as a lot of conventions will take like a percentage of sales from the vendors. And we were like, no, not at all. Like, we want these vendors to come to sell, to build their own name and make their own profit. So if you guys want to come sell 4 Geeks by 4 Geeks merch,
That sounds like inventory.
by all means.
We do what they do, and then you tell us what you want, and then it gets ordered. We have no fucking inventory.
No inventory. All of these. This is some FGBG merch for.
This was unintentional. This is 4 Geeks by Geeks merch. We did not communicate this. We just happened to show up wearing.
I just grabbed the closest TTRPG shirt I had, which was
go.
our
I just needed a
shirts.
baggy T-shirt to not make it look like I had titties on this show.
You've lost weight. Celebrate it.
So
Hey.
last year, one of the special things we did that was an exclusive was for all of our panelists and speakers, workshop seminarists, we gifted them for doing so. We gifted them exclusive convention tavern mugs, and so this was last year's. Like, it looks like a wood tavern mug, and fits a can.
Wait, I
and
recognize
then
that.
I wonder
It's
who that's
actually-
by.
It's by Kira Creations by Kira.
Whoa!
Pass FGBG guest, man. We got our finger on the pulse of this community.
So-
Sometimes.
We worked with her and Fishbowl Print Studios to print these out for them. And this year we have a brand new designed tavern mug. I don't even have it here. We don't have it yet, but we've designed it to have inserts so you can drink right out of it. And it's so sick. But keep your eye out for that. That will be exclusive merch as well.
Is that also Curations by Kira, or is that another surprise?
That is actually one of our sponsor partners that we both have worked with, RFI Prints. Trent out of Arizona, awesome guy. And he designed it. And then Fishbowl Print Studios is working with us on printing those. And then also have them not only as gifts for those certain individuals, but for pre-sale before the con and pick up at the con at their booth. Cool. So you can walk around and have beer or possibly mead, if we get a mead vendor, out of those.
I love a good mead.
We got to get Farrell's Barkley in on this.
He
Could be a mead vendor. We got a guy in Chicago who makes mead. You're very small.
Yeah, you guys have a candle guy. We've got a mead guy. So get on our level.
Morgan, do we want to draw, since they're talking about mead and beer, should we? So actually, one of the cool things that we, since you brought that up,
man, we do this so casually.
We are working with, actually, this is in production already. There's going to be a Mysticon beer at the convention. So
what kind of beer? What kind of beer?
What is a hazy IPA?
Hazy
Damn
IPA.
it.
Fuck you!
But like we submitted
The one
I submitted the can label art
fine.
to them, so it's gonna come canned, labeled, brewed by Battle Mage Brewery, and we will be selling that. At
Battle
the
Mage Brew.
convention.
That's also a killer name.
It is great.
We just chose a shit name.
4 geeks by geeks. We really took FUBU. We thought this is gonna last.
So yes, Battle Mage is actually a local brewery here. They run D&D nights in North County, San Diego area, and they actually have world beer competition award-winning gold beer and silver beer, and this is going to be their 30th. No, what anniversary? Not their 30th. Their anniversary beer that they're doing. They're parsing it out for us as well. Yeah. So,
and this will be cans, or this will be draft.
So those will be available in cans, and then our other beer sponsor out of North Park, San Diego, Barley and Sword, will be selling tap pours. So they'll be pouring beer at the convention, and then we'll also have canned beer for sale.
What I'm hearing, canned beer across, like, is TSA going to be mad at me?
No, you can actually do unopened out. If you check it, unopened up to 5 liters. If you can drink 5 liters. Yeah.
Challenge accepted.
Between the two of us, I think we'll be okay.
Don't twist my arm.
I just got to become a hazy IPA guy. It's the one. It's the little.
We did not set you guys up for success on that one. 100% our bad. We completely broke any positivity there.
Let's see. We've screwed Watsy. We've screwed hazy IPA. Give us another sponsor. Another reason.
Let's go 3 for 3 on making you guys regret bringing us to this convention.
Oh my gosh. I think. Yeah, go ahead.
But let's get into the nitty gritty with our last few minutes here. Like vendor applications, are those open? Tickets on sale, are those available? Like, how can people right now today get involved?
Yes, they are available. We have almost sold out our vendor hall. So our interior vendor portion, yes, we have 25 slots available in there. I think we have like 5 more left. So hurry up and jump on those. And then what else? Yes. So applications are open. Ticket sales are open on our website. We have early bird pricing up until a month before the con. So I believe it's September 24th. That'll shut off. Yes. So get discounts now. It's really big discounted on the VIP tickets. So, and the VIP ticket holders are going to get that exclusive tavern mug we talked about, along with like reserved front row seating to panels, live plays, events.
Wait, so I have to MC parking. And be front row? How are we going to do that?
I think we'll just crowd surf.
That's a great, or we'll just like you start and then I'll be in a seat and then we just flip flop that one seat back.
We'll tag team.
Yeah. There we go.
But yeah, the badges are open for admission into the convention. Ticket sales are open for like tickets at the game tables. The schedules are up there for what game system's going to be ran, the time slots that are going to be, vendors, volunteered, panel applications, live play applications. Everything is up and through the website. A good buddy of long-standing buddy of mine did some really, really fantastic work. Thank you, Brandon. That website is absolutely amazing, super user-friendly. Click through either down the list or across the top of the sub tabs in it, but it's all laid out and pretty easy to find what you're looking for on there.
And you've got a countdown clock: 52 days, 17 hours, and 37 minutes.
Yep.
That's a good looking
at all.
site.
I'm not stressed.
Okay, I'm going to be honest. I just now looked at pricing for the first time, and I will immediately say thank you for making this a reasonably costed thing. I actually ranted last week about how unrealistically expensive cons are. So no, these are incredible prices off rip already. So that's, I think.
Are you okay with us sharing the prices?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's 27 for a 1 day, 50 for a 2 day. Like we've been to cons even like smaller and maybe less organized than yours, which are like closer to 50 for the 1 day.
Well, and with that price, you get access to the vendor halls. You get seats available at the panels. You get a band, like a concert ticket with it. Like X, Y, and Z kind of go in there, and that's something Morgan and I talked about even before last year's convention. Is we didn't want this to be something that was like, oh, like how much money can we make out of this? We're like, no, we want something the community wants to come to. We wanted it. We were looking at it like, you know what? We would like it if two people, like, a couple came in and they were like, they wanted to come to the convention. We're like, what is a good price point for like an afternoon or a day date kind of thing? We're like, if we could keep that under $100 for two people, good. And then kind of going forward with that mindset and that mentality, we wanted to keep ticket prices affordable.
I need to know, what's a mythical meat stick?
Ooh.
You want
Stick around, I'll show you.
I need to know what the actual answer is before I give you what my brain wanted that answer to be, and we're just going to skip it.
Oh, he's got one within reach.
I've got
The
some.
podcast audience.
Whoa!
So they are the official
huge.
D&D. I mean, I know you're not. I know your take on it, T. So, but they are officially licensed.
Love
they
them.
paid
They're
for
great.
they paid for
I'm
the
listening.
license to be the official D&D licensed snack stick, meat stick. They are like jerky, but they are beautiful.
That
and
is
they've
not a
done
snack stick.
all,
That's a
all
meal.
D&D classes. Yeah.
Well, so they're like Slim Jim sizes, right? And they've got everything from like camel, bison, elk, alligator, and their names.
Pause,
There's
you
like
can eat
centaur,
camel?
elk, dragon, basilisk,
Kraken.
kraken, like all sorts of them, and they're all
Are
different
you
flavors.
telling me there's dragon farms around here?
They found one
Oh,
apparently.
I've been lying to children. Are dragons real? No. Apparently, yes.
They're perfect for the game table.
And you
Like
can eat them.
when you're gaming and you just need something to get you by, it's been perfect to have at our tables. So they're going to be one of our sponsors, official sponsors of the con.
Well, I'm going to see how much mythical meat I can fit in my mouth in one weekend.
Giggity.
There's going to be a picture somewhere on the internet.
Oh, yeah.
There
Just
There
a
already is.
mouthful of
Don't
meat.
worry.
Is that going to get uploaded to T's alternate site we were talking about earlier?
You know, I'm tired of T getting all the love on his OnlyFans. I'm starting my own. All meat, all the time.
We got wet T's mythical meat stick. Yeah, I mean, we've got potential here for whatever T's bringing to the table for
To really
entertainment
take
value.
everything that you envisioned for Mysticon and ruin it. But you guys, if you haven't already been part of the chat, or if you're watching or listening back later, we have been dropping the link, www.mysticcon.org. That goes straight to the website, and if you're watching back, that link is going to be below in the description. So make sure you go straight there, grab your own tickets. If you're a vendor, you might squeeze in. You said 5 spots left as of recording.
On the indoor portion, and we have an outdoor portion as well that has some booked up, but not as close as the vendor hall. So vendor alley, vendor hall. Two different areas. Yeah.
So if you want to be outside sweating, or if you want to be in the AC, book that quick. And then
It's
also game
October
applications.
and,
Yeah, what's California like in October? I've never been.
They're going to say
during October.
85, and I'm about to break
Chef's
something.
It's beautiful.
No, I would say low 70s probably.
Fucking October 70s. What is this?
Yeah.
That's close to our like 30, 40 in October.
Exactly. We'll be pushing snow in October.
There has been many Halloweens where it's snowing.
That is very accurate, actually.
Yeah, we last year both Chris and I did panels out on the outdoor stage, and we were sweating for sure. It was perfect.
So what I'm hearing is we need to set up a slip and slide.
Ooh, I like it.
We can find a way
to make
Through
this
the
to
concept.
TTRPG this and add a slip and slide somewhere.
The liability forms, I'm just like
That's
already
fine. When
losing my mind.
when they buy a ticket, the liability form is already snuck in there in the
Click
fine
box
print.
to agree. You're
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
Don't
like
worry
when you go to
about
a trampoline park and like you have to click like I won't sue you if I die. Like it was,
Yeah.
like-
See, exactly. And if it doesn't do well in next year's surveys, we just take it out.
Well, see, that's the benefit of Morgan's day job is there's a lot of the insurance stuff that I'm like, yeah, sure, like we're good with that. And Morgan's like,
No, please stop saying that.
This is why we can't run a con on our own.
Correct, because I would find a way where I can slip inside, grab a meat stick, grab a beer, and then have to finish them by the time I get to the end of the slip and slide.
This sounds like a great backyard party, though.
That's what I'm saying. I think
we're,
I think that's the difference here is we can throw a rager, they can build a business.
Oh, is there a difference?
What if we just but together as you guys MCs we can make a raging business.
See, there we go. That's what we're here for.
I would like to rage.
Perfect.
Exactly.
I love it.
God, I'm gonna have to learn to dance.
You can dance.
I cannot dance.
He's got some moves.
I don't.
Let him fool you.
I genuinely don't know what he's referring to.
Chris, we touched on Gary Con. Do you want? Oh God, Chris is dancing. Sorry to interrupt. We touched on Gary Con. Do we want to elaborate on that real quick before we end?
Yeah, I guess we can. So the thing we were talking about.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
The thing.
Yeah,
that one
What
thing.
could this be?
That one thing.
One of the super cool things that Morgan and I have been working on and in communication with is we always like to try to have at least one keynote kind of celebrity, high influence individual at the convention. And we are in the process of finalizing this year's key members, key attendee, celebrity who's going to be there. He's going to run games. He's going to host a seminar. So none other than the son of Gary Gygax himself, Luke Gygax, will be in attendance at Mysticon 25.
What?
So, yeah.
What? They reach for the
Let's
stars
go.
and scrape the bottom of the barrel for these two acts to be showing up right now. Like, hey, guys, we got Gygax coming. We got these dumb fucks introducing him. So we got the one. We had to make something work to kind of balance that out in the middle.
Do we get to talk to him?
You probably will get to interview him.
Yes. Both throwing up.
So we'll preemptively, Boser will have that interview. I'll just take another one.
You guys need to get like one of those, like those microphone boxes that have like your guys' logo on all
how do
corner
we
of the
make that?
boxes.
You can make that. Make that
yeah,
work.
I got
Okay.
That'd be cool.
That's a great idea,
Got
actually.
you.
Yes. Huge.
Yeah, like news anchors.
What?
Yeah,
Hold
like a
on.
news
Make that
anchor.
popular. Make that do the thing.
What?
What?
Arclight
No way,
says,
Arc.
I served in the army with Luke. Let's go. Is this like
What?
Army of Darkness or the actual military?
How are you so like casual with that information? How do you not introduce yourself like, hey?
That wasn't his first comment. Hi.
That's what I'm saying.
He was gassing up the con before you buried the lead, Arclight. Oh my God. This is year 2, and you have basically the progeny of Dungeons and Dragons.
I also don't like how like casual you guys were with that. You're like, no, yeah, like it's no big deal. Like we talk to these types of people all the time.
No, it's crazy. We saw him. I follow and have been I'm friends with a huge TTRPG convention out of Croatia and Realms Long Forgotten. They put on Isle of Wonders, and it is an insanely immersive event. They're in their second year too, and they had Luke out among others. And I'm like, hey, how could that work? Like, was he awesome? How could we communicate with him, get in touch with him? And he's like, he's such an awesome guy, he's super humble. Like, just reach out to him and give it a shot. And we did. We took our shot.
Man,
Fired
these
it.
7 degrees of Kevin
Stuff.
Bacon are getting insane.
How are we this close to those degrees?
That's what I'm saying. Like, who allowed this?
I really think, like, knowing you guys, it might be the best thing to ever happen to our channel.
Aw.
And then we're going
To make this completely about us.
Yeah, correct. But don't worry. Give it 6 months and we're going to completely blow all growth we've had.
Everything's gonna tank.
As is
But
our
we're gonna
nature.
ride that 6 months hard. Like,
We're going to go up, go up, go up. And they're like, where the fuck did these guys go? Like, that's a great question.
if I'm gonna crash, it's because I landed on the sun and fall all the way back down. Like
right.
I'm gonna.
That's honestly that should be our MO. It's like, we shot for the stars. We didn't land on the moon. We hit the sun.
We hit the sun.
We burned
And
up.
all the way.
We went out in the blaze of
care.
glory. We pulled an Icarus. It's fine.
You got to.
You guys,
I love
honestly, from the bottom of my heart, like, I am so grateful that you extended this invitation to us and took a chance on us and believe in us enough. As much as we joke, we will work our hooves and tails off to make sure that we do you proud and we represent you well, represent ourselves well, and just only add to the amazing work that you guys have done.
I don't have to work. This is natural.
I will work my hoof and tail off. T will ride my...
I didn't say
Horse
that.
tail.
I said this is just so natural that it's not work. You
Well, no, yeah,
may have to
exactly.
put on a facade. This is me.
You are better at interviewing.
But-
Contrary to popular
That's-
belief.
That's T's interview flesh suit. If he puts on his non-interviewing flesh
Oh.
suit, then he'd have to work.
Correct.
But this one,
Correct.
we're good. We're good.
It's just whatever flesh mech you got going on is really how you make this work. See, the flesh mech is catching on.
Bring your flesh mechs. I can't wait to meet y'all.
Flesh Mac.
No,
Okay,
we're-
now I
we're-
know a cosplay. We're gonna show up to the first like panel in these.
How do I show, like, how do I
Gross
make a
Titan.
flesh mech? For the 8 people that have been here to watch this, for them to be like, ah, it's those guys.
You can make a T-shirt, just on the back, like #wrong flesh mech.
I mean, it is October. I'm sure you can find like a Texas Chainsaw T-shirt and just adapt it a little bit.
Oh yeah.
What actress was it that had like a meat dress? You know,
Lady
Oh,
Gaga.
was
Was that
Lady Gaga?
Gaga?
Meat-
That was
Yeah.
Gaga. They did a meat dress. Yeah.
just a meat suit, you guys, tie and all.
All right.
I mean, they make
You're
those
wearing a dress.
Christmas tacky suits. Like, what? They've got to be like a T-bone suit.
Oh, I'm
There's got-
sure. There's one for everything.
There, 100%.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you so much
Love
for
it.
coming on and talking about Mysticon, sharing in our big announcement, allowing us to be part of it. If you're just tuned in, go back, scroll back to the beginning, watch it over again. Or if you're watching back or listening back after the fact, make sure that you comment below. Let them know exactly how excited you are, and make sure you book your tickets. Let's make Mysticon 2025 the biggest ever. You only have 1 year to compete with, but I'm excited to see the growth from last year, and we cannot wait to come meet you in person for the first time.
No, I'm going to
so
avoid you
excited.
like the plague, so you can just be internet people to me. Don't worry about it. Just don't take
Yeah,
it
I'm gonna
personal. It's like it's a me thing.
We're gonna make it so awkward for you, T. It's
We're
great.
going to make eye contact, and I'm just going to go a different direction.
Wait, one thing that will help this: how tall are you guys?
I'm 6'6", between 6 and 6'1".
What the fuck?
6 foot.
Fuck
Damn
both
it!
of
Everyone's taller than we think they are.
you. They're hot, they're tall, they're better dads, they're better employees. Like, what the fuck are we doing here?
We're getting invited.
There you go.
To clarify, we are 5'10", so it's not like we're like 5'6" and overcompensating.
Together when stacked.
Correct.
Yeah. Two hobbits in a trench coat.
Inside our trench meat coat, like we're good.
You know, we're so excited to have you guys, and thank you for accepting too. We appreciate it. I know you guys bashed yourselves, but
It's
no,
our
we're so
pleasure.
excited to have you up.
We'll fit in the schedule, I guess. Between all the other cons we've been invited to host.
Hey, you know what we forgot to prep them on at the beginning? Do you think they remember?
I bet they do, because they're professionals, unlike us. This is how we wrap up if you scroll back in your memory banks. But thank you all for joining us tonight in this week's Geek Out Sesh. Come back each and every Monday for a new Geek Out Sesh, except for the ones that we don't. And until next time, I'm Boser.
I'm T.
I'm the Forever DM.
I'm Heroes of Evermore.
And you just keep
Geeking out.
geeking out.
Yeah.
Hey!
Bye.
Bye.
See you guys.